everyone, this is one of my Katharine's creatures, and this is a series where I get to talk a little bit about and touch base upon various mythological creatures, beast, beings, and the like, pulled from lore worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying I am not a linguist, so if I mispronounce anything, I do apologize in advance. I really do try my best. And today I wanted to talk about Ammit from ancient Egypt. And I've always found this particular entity really fascinating, but Ammit translates to either devourer of the dead or the swallower of the dead. And this is the fact of what she represents and what her purpose is in that particular belief system. And Ammit is identified as a female entity, potentially even viewed as some kind of deity, goddess, but very different from any of the others in the Egyptian pantheon. And the pantheon, if you are familiar with ancient Egypt, has hundreds and hundreds of deities. So there are a lot of them out there, but Ammit is very distinctly different because she is this kind of entity that looks like a monster, a chimera-like creature, but precursing the concept of a chimera in the sense that she is comprised of 3 different types of animals. She has the 4 quarters of a lion, so the front torso and legs of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippo, the head of a crocodile, and a lot of the time the crocodile is depicted with a mane, even though Ammit is a female. It has like that very iconic lion's mane that male lions have in Africa. And what I thought was really fascinating is these 3 different creatures, the crocodile, hippo, and the lion, were deemed as the most terrifying and fearsome man-eaters in the Egyptian area. So they were the most dangerous animals they could find. And so you have an entity that has all 3 of them combined into what she is, which is very fearsome. And Ammit's purpose goes into crossing over to the afterlife. So the famous Books of the Dead, that particular series of papyrus that talk about what a soul must do and who they talk to and what kind of rites they must enact as they're crossing from the realm of the living to the realm of the dead. Ammit is one of the ones they're probably going to come across, or for sure going to come across, because in one of the halls, the soul being led, usually depicted by Anubis, who is the god of the crossing over, and Thoth, the scribe, usually help lead the soul and kind of go with the soul until they reach the hall of Ma'at. And Ma'at is a goddess of justice. And so in this particular hall, there is a scale. And the famed scenario is a person gets to this hall, they have to weigh a feather of Ma'at against their heart. And the concept is, if they are a good person, their heart is going to be lighter than the feather. If they are not a good person, their heart's going to weigh heavier. And what happens at that point? They are not allowed to cross over into the field of reeds and like the happy eternity. Here comes Ammit, and what she does is she devours the soul trying to cross over. And if you are devoured by Ammit, you go into oblivion. You don't exist anymore. So even in the afterlife, the souls can die again. And so Ammit is this fearsome presence because she is the one who will essentially consume those that are unworthy and send them into eternal oblivion. So very terrifying kind of creature and entity, fascinating to look at. And because of this, she also makes an appearance in one of my book series, the Jed Chronicles, because I am always fascinated with all sorts of mythos. And so in the realm that is inspired heavily by Egyptian myth, Ammit exists in there as well. Now, if you have any questions about this or anything else, post them in the comments below or reach out to me on any of my social media. And until next time, everyone, Skål.